Hi guys, how are you? Yeah, so what can we say? I'm on camera. I'm scary dairy. First time in ages. Um, and as of like I've described to people, and people that I talk to will know why and stuff. And God, I'm getting even bolder as we speak, aren't I? Jesus wept. Anyway, by the by. So I just wanted to do this video, just sort of to say that I'm going to try and get back to. I was going to say weekly updates, and I know John Moore's got his bum, and I thought just for a bit of laugh I might have my butt bench update Tuesday. But out of respect for John, I think that's sort of going a bit too down the line, too much for it. I think, to be fair, which I don't think is really fair on John. So I'm going to just go and just do a monthly update for now, I think, because with everything that's going on in life and all that type of thing, health and whatever else, and that single parenting and that type of thing, it just gives you a bit of a chance to sort of not do too much, not give yourself too much to worry about, I suppose. So what I'm going to try and do is get back to monthly updates as well as obviously your my project updates. So as people that follow me will know that at the minute we've got the Bosnia project on the go. So we'll cover that in a minute, and then I'll just cover it because I think I've only got about 20 odd minutes, I think, to record it. It's given me on my phone camera. I've gone back to the phone camera because I noticed on the last update the tablet was clicking as it always does every chance I sort of moved and that. So with the best will in the world and best patience in the world, even that you still get fed up. So anyway, so yeah, we'll talk about them in a sec. Right, so as you can tell, I have the England flag behind me, and also England flag here, because today is Saturday the 7th, is it? Yep, 7th of July, and it's World Cup quarter final day. Brazil got knocked out yesterday by the Belgians, who have sort of tipped France, Belgium, or Brazil to win the World Cup. And now it looks like Belgium could well be. France again were through as well, they did well, knocked out the Uruguayans. And then, of course, today it's Russia, Croatia later on, and then, of course, 3 o'clock kickoff, England against Sweden. I do personally think we've got a very good England team for a change this year. I thought we'd have the World Cup would go one of two ways for us. It would go either we've got a young, fit team, so it will either go the big thing of the World Cup, the occasion and everything would get the better of them and we do terrible, or we're young and fit and hungry and we'll scare teams and we'll do well. And it looks like we are. However, with the World Cup always shows that teams that peak early never do well towards the final, which they don't. History shows that. So all teams that do well in the first periods and all that type of thing always tend to boil out and burn out and do awful. And it seems to suggest that at this minute in time, possibly France could be showing that again because they've done awful in the group stages. Okay, they've won and they've done well, but they've not played well, so they've sort of just sort of got by. Whereas now, yesterday they played exciting, they played good, and they sort of upped the game. And it seems that they're getting better every game, so that could be showing that. And then, of course, we've got Sweden today. Personally, I think ideally in an ideal world we should beat the Swedes because we're a very strong side. However, I think today we might just be too much for us today. I think the occasion will get the better of us today, and I think Sweden will beat us. And I've got an awful feeling that it's going to be something like 4 or 5 nil. Now, before you spit your coffee out and joke and laugh, I just think it could well be. I think we'll go out expecting to do a lot better and they'll shock us. Or it'll be they'll sneak through 1-0 or on penalties or something. So not us, Sweden. So that's my prediction anyway. I hope I'm wrong, but there you go. Right, so that's World Cup done and over for all you guys that hate football. And that's done and dusted. So yeah, monthly update. So as you all know, I've been doing the Bosnia project. So at this meeting time, I've been working on this kit. It's needed a lot of work. It's a pain in the ass, but I've enjoyed it. This is where I'm at with that at the minute. Obviously, more updates will follow. It's got its clothes on now. It's painted up, and it's got the decals on. The kit only came with the number decals, so I've added a couple of others that I've found that I've got in my stash of decals, so to speak. Everything's painted now. It's got a bit of an interior, that's all painted and dusted. Quite literally dusted. Then I wanted to add these figures with it. And then a couple of resin ones, one of which is that one, which again it will be shown in the update. They are the figures at the minute. That's the resin one that's done, and that's the one out of the kit one that's done. So obviously I've got another 2 to do. One of them is actually made up, which is that one. So that's that one done. I will say one thing, they are very detailed figures, but they need a lot of surgical work. However, the weapons are definitely some of the best detailed weapons I've seen and look like. They're brilliant, they really are. So bravo trumpeter for that. I've started constructing the tracks. The guide horn, the separate tracks, and then the guide horns are separate too, so you have to add the guide horns, which is a nightmare. So that's that. And then the next kit will be this one, which will be added onto the Bosnia Dio, the British Warrior. I'm going to have a go at the white camouflage for that one. So that's going to be something new for me to do. Sorry for moving that. The diorama base, as I've said in the update, is all done and dusted. So that's going to be, I'll do that I think I might do that as the next update, show you that. It's not done and dusted, but it's all shaped and the rocks are on, and I've just got to obviously paint it, weather it properly, add a little bit of extras on, sandbags, roadblocks and all that type of stuff, and sort that. So that's that. So what have I got left to do for the rest of the year? Right, I've got a couple of projects to do for the rest of the year. The next one up that I will probably be doing is Martin Lamont's Bomber Command Group build. Now, I didn't show what I wanted that I was going to build. I just wanted to be a surprise for Martin. However, I've now shown that on the British Aviation Scale Facebook page, I think. One or the other anyway. So, which is going to be this kit. I have got a few extras for it to do, but this is what I'm going to do. Now, I have actually got this one as well. Now, this is the famous Dam Buster one. Now, I love that kit, that version, but it doesn't have the gun turret at the top, which I do. I love the gun turrets on these bombers. So that's why I've decided to pick this one, because it's got the gun turret there. So I'm going to be doing that one. That version for Martin's build. I've got a few extras coming in that I've got in, like barrels and photo etch for the inside and stuff. Then later on down the line, I've got the German Panther builds, which I've got that I'm doing with Hallidan and Glenn. Now he's doing the steel wheel version, and I wanted to try and get that one in, but it's just money and finances which are stretched at the minute. And I'd love to do it, I really would, Glenn, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to get the money to get that in. So I might just have to settle for this one, which Bees Beasley kindly sent me last year sometime. So thanks for that, Bees. I've already thanked you, as you know, but I may well use that for that build with Hallidan. I'm thinking of doing a little dio for it. I'm not sure yet, but that's for Glenn. And then the next one after that I'm hoping to do is with Craig Kerr. Me and Craig wanted to do the Striker. Now, I think Craig's Striker is a different version to this one, but this is the one I'm going to be doing. and I wanted to do a sort of like a security forces hostage rescue, hostage removal type thing, which you don't tend to see. Not many people have done that. So I'd like to get like a sort of, I'm going to set it in like the Far East or somewhere, and I'm going to get like a North African building, and then I'm going to use this, and then possibly another vehicle with it, which I'm not too sure yet. And then I've got in the figure set of with the hostage removal, security forces removal, with the VIP or the thing there is going to be removed, and then I'm going to use this set, which will be the crew set for the striker. So these will be standing by outside while the security team go in. I might use a couple of other figures, a couple of resin ones I've seen, but I'm not sure yet. And then one other project I'd like to do is a modern day Syrian one, which I want to use this because I know these have been used in Syria. Not it's been shown widely, but they have been used in Syria. And I'm going to do this, and it's just going to be on like a rough sort of demolished bricks and that. And then I thought, what else with how good firepower this would be. And then over top, I'm going to use two clear sort of plastic rods to support this bad boy. What an awesome show of firepower. And then if I was in Syria and I saw the Terminator and a hind floating over there, hovering over the top of it, I would poo my pants. So I thought of use this, and it's 1/35th. So I'm going to use this with, and I need to source a couple of Russian crew members, and then I'm either going to have a couple of crew in the back, or I'm just going to leave the doors closed, which is a shame really because it's got an interior, but I don't know. So, and that hovering over the top, so I'm going to use some like, hopefully some sort of plastic rods or something over the top to sort of, do it for, I don't know. So yeah, they're the ideas for the year. I've got a couple of other things in mind that I'd like to do, but I don't know yet. And then I just want to say a big thank you to Joe from Joe's Model Kits, and Greg. I think Greg helped out too, Greg Riley. They've just sent me this through the post, which I've got the Hobby Boss Tornado RDS, and I've wanted this for ages. So I wouldn't mind doing one of those two this year sometime. I'm hoping to do the A10 and possibly the Tamiya Tomcat as well, the A version, because I know the D's coming out later this year. But and I'd like to do a Tornado as well sometime. But I just want to get a couple of masks for it, and some of the photo etch interior, I think, as well. And then the rest of it's going to be out of the box. So I'm told this is quite a very good, decent kit. So yeah, that's definitely going to be another build. But yeah, that's a very big thank you to those two lovely fellas for that. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start giving a few shout outs as well on monthly updates and stuff, just little things like that. But hopefully that's what I'm going to start bringing back to the bench, and updating stuff, which I used to love doing them, and what kits I've bought this month, if any, and stuff like that, and whatever else. So I just want to give just I think a couple of shout outs. First one being Farron. Farron is back. Please check Farron out on YouTube. He's come back after a year away, and I'm so chuffed he's listened to me and obviously other people to bring him back, because he's one talented modeler, and I'm glad he's back. He's a lovely chap to talk to as well, and he's an extremely talented modeler. Another guy is Filzy Melts, I think it is on YouTube. Type in Filzy anyway. He gives like a good research about the kit he's building at the time, or certain other kits that he loves. But he's very, very in-depth guy on research that he's done on the kit he's going to build or whatever. So try him out, guys. I'd love to do like shortcuts and that to the thing underneath, but I don't know how to do it because I'm crap with technology. So I'll put a link below or whatever. So yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. So Simon Kemp Models, just give Simon. I mean, he doesn't need it because he's got thousands of subscribers. I can remember. I think I was one of his first, and I think I gave him the first shout out as well Oh, I'm so proud. But yeah, Simon with he's trying to get his business on to go as well with the 135th bits and bobs. You know, you can build. Um, he sent me this mug. So that's his YouTube channel, 135th scale diorama builds, and then Simon Kemp's models, which I think he's now combined the two. So we're giving Luke on there, and his business called Surplus, I think. So check there out. They do all bricks and all that type of stuff, which is really good. Right, guys, I'll leave it at that. So hope you're well. Hope you'll stay safe. Come on, England, please. Um, First time since 1990 FA Cup World Cup semi-final. Come on. And may the force be with you. Cheers, guys. Stay safe.